Our technology is able to deduce what pain points have we identified and serve up all the company's existing products, benefits, services, technologies, assistive technologies, aggregating all of that fragmented infrastructure into one place and serving it up to people based on personalization and their unique needs. My cousin became the first licensed facialist in the state of Florida with Down syndrome. And so she gets facials at a local salon. And when I went to go see her work for the first time, I just noticed how easy it was for her employer to make some slight adjustments to her working environment and the incredible impact it had on her career. And I wanted to figure out how can we, use technology to make it really, really, really easy for large employers to do this at scale. These communities are already applying for jobs at your company. It's just that the processes that you have in place from, them being required to come in for an interview or, forcing someone who's neurodiverse to go through a panel interview when that is not going to be when they show up as their best selves. It's really the process that needs to change. So we know that pretty much globally, only about 3 to 5% of people disclose that they have a disability or that they need some type of accommodation to their employer. We know that 30% of the existing workforce actually meets the federal definition of having a disability. So 3 to 5% disclosing means there's a large demographic of people that are suffering in silence. A very common misconception is that because you have a diagnosis or because you have a disability, you actually know what you need to help you in the workforce. And that is not something that gets told to you when you're diagnosed or when you're at the doctor. And so what we had built is technology that enabled people to deduce what they could even be asking for, both for the interview and on the job, to be more successful.
Over the past decade, I think we've learned a lot of hard lessons with social media. Most online platforms have been used to facilitate harms. A stands for actors. Are they manipulative actors that are pushing a type of campaign that is most problematic? So for instance, a terrorist group, right? So it's actor-based harms. It's bots, right? Maybe it's a lot of fake accounts that are coordinated together to push something. That means it doesn't really matter who is doing it, or frankly, what is it that they're saying. What matters is the behavioral manipulation at play. Frankly, that's, not the majority of the problems that we're encountering online. And a lot of the harms are also better thought through this angle of is it really a problematic actor, or is it really a manipulative behavior? Not just about, do I like this content or not? Doesn't mean that there's not illegal, harmful content that we also need to take care of. It just means that not every problem online is a problem of content. It can be the actor or it can be the behavior. What really matters is to try to understand what type of issue you're facing so that you can take the right lever to take action. Because again, we don't address these different type of problems with the same techniques. Often, when we think about online safety and security, people are very focused on the rules, right? What are the norms? What are the policies? What should we say is okay? What should we say is not okay? And that's very important. But we tend to completely underestimate the massive role that systems and tools play in online safety, right? Those building blocks that are going to allow us to meaningfully create safer platforms.
The biggest misperception in manufacturing is that employees are only doing repetitive work. I think that has changed a lot during the last 5 years to a decade.
Many people say that manufacturing is so technical and rigid, while during my experience I find it very evolving and very multidisciplinary. I actually had the chance within my company, OCP Group, to take on different roles that span engineering, operations, and large-scale transformation.
We are moving towards AI and machine learning, the digital twin. A lot of companies have adopted this, and I think it's really exciting because you can actually foresee downtime.
One of the common misconceptions about manufacturing is that it's thought of as a dirty environment. It's old, it's dusty, but manufacturing is so clean, especially if there's anything like food and beverage, pharma. I've been in the industry for 15 years, and the things I see today are so different than when I started 15 years ago. So it's just a constant evolution.
Where in the past an assembly plant was really a plant where just parts were put together to reach the end product, I think today it's a domain where the combination of human expertise with technology comes together. The key examples of predictive maintenance that is being used, where we know better now than certain owners or suppliers of the tools when a tool will break or not. So it's more enriched by newer technologies than anybody thinks outside of the world of manufacturing.
We have to make sure that all of our people in the shop floor understand this, and what they do on everyday basis can contribute to the sustainability goals and the strategy of the company. For example, a loss elimination initiative on the shop floor.
Diversity is so important because it helps prevent failure. Because when you have diverse opinions, you cover more ground. When you just have a homogeneous group of people making decisions, you tend to be biased.
There is so much that a wide, diverse group of people can bring to the table when trying to implement a new idea, when trying to do problem solving. I have a friend who I was talking to years ago, and I was describing my job, and she said, "That sounds amazing. I didn't even know that existed. I would have done something like that." And she's in a totally different industry.